Yeah, relative to banks, NBFCs are a bit expensive because they typically, if you are doing a unsecured or collateral free kind of loan, they are taking a lot more risk on you. Their risk is not protected by any kind of tangible, valuable kind of asset. So that is the reason they have the higher interest rate. So let me tell you some more secret about how NBFCs arrive at, or even banks arrive at the interest rate, right? So there is first component is that what is the cost of capital? Cost of capital meaning how much I am paying as an interest to gather the money. Okay. For example, banks cost of capital is whatever they are paying on FD. Okay. Whatever. I think currently it is even 5.5%, 6%. At the best times it is 7.5%, 8%. So that is their cost of capital.
Yeah.
On cost of, so in case of NBFC, that cost of capital is much higher because we borrow from the open market, and their rates are little higher. Okay, sometimes they go up to 10, 11. Now currently, I think because of all this pandemic and all that, they have at least increased by 200 basis points and gone up to 15, 16%. Okay. So on cost of capital, then you add your operational cost. Okay. So you would have thought that, I need my salespeople, I need my customer service team, I need my credit underwriting team, I have to invest on my technology. So you kind of try to arrive at some kind of unit operating cost, that to do a single loan, what is my unit cost? So you will add some percentage on top of that as an operational cost. After that comes risk. Okay. So risk can be various. So when we assess risk in many ways, right? We see what kind of business it is, what is that particular segment, how it is doing. So we look at some of the macro factors, right? For example, in between, anybody doing plastic kind of business was considered as very risky because there was a strong government sentiment to ban plastic, right? So sometimes these macro factors affect the assessment of risk. Then we look at the that particular business on how they have been doing last 1 year. So we look at your last 1 year's business transactions. We look at that whether your cash flows, inflows, outflows, and what is your cash flow cycle, what is your receivable cycle. All that thing we will analyze. We will do plethora of analysis. There is a lot of deep analysis what we do, completely automated. Okay. Then we will look at, for example, things like the individual or a team, right? What is your experience? How many years you have been in this? What kind of competency or strength you bring in? How are you structured as a company? Are there any conflicts and all those kind of things we have to assess? Okay. Then we look at business model, like is there any concentration risk with respect to a supplier? Is there a concentration with respect to a buyer? Because, for example, if you are sourcing all your material from one supplier and something happens to that supplier, your business can be standstill. Similarly, all what you produce is bought by a single customer, especially in B2B business, then that is also a concentration risk. So there are large number of factors we look at, and based on that, we attribute the risk. And my then risk adjustment factor will be a kind of a spread. Okay. And that spread will vary depending on what is the risk I am associating with you, right? So to answer your Shantanu, to your question, there is not one number I can tell you. Okay. It depends on multiple factors. It depends on uh, the financial institute's internal cost. It also depends on what kind of risk they are associating and all that. But definitely, I can tell you for sure, they are little more expensive than banks because we are not asking for collateral per se. But to give you an idea, in the current circumstances, I think interest rate have gone up to 27, 28% on a reducing principal basis, which is on a flat basis will be somewhere around 13 to 14% kind of interest rate.